inside.
The risk is that they would phagocyte each other, eat each other, like compete against each other in terms of
They
matchmaker
would want each
presence. So
other.
it might make it.
So, Broken Arrow recently did a 1 hour live stream announcement. It lasted about an hour, just under an hour. They announced it a week in advance, and the itinerary was an update to the roadmap, a discussion of the new Baltic Battalion DLC, and a live Q&A session. Now, this is just a quick summary video to tell you that they announced absolutely nothing. They announced absolutely nothing. We all sat there for an hour. I live streamed it. We had about 100 viewers towards the end. And basically, this is the lead game designer, and this is the liaison between the studio and the publisher. And they sat there for an hour talking about just all the same things we've already seen. Now, there was some fresh B roll, which I shall now play for you. Right, so this was the fresh B roll of the new DLC. So, a sort of pseudo trailer, and they asked, when's it coming out, and they didn't answer. And yeah, there was a Q&A session which we'll get to. The B roll is just some infantry walking around. They said it's got over 30 new models, and but like most of it is from the campaign. But they're like, no, it's not from the campaign, please. Uh, yeah, then they had a QA session where they just trotted out all the same questions because like people were asking questions in the chat. A lot of them were like, "Flicks, please retire" and stuff like that. But for the most part, it was just a big ball of nothing. People asked, "Will there be more game modes than just 5v5?" And he said, "No, 5v5 will be the only game mode." So that's a hardening of the previous position, which was, "We'll think about it." Now he's just saying, "No, there won't be." People said, "Will there be more tournaments?" And they said, "We need to put in the replay mode and the spectator mode." Incidentally, I am streaming the grand finals, or I should be streaming the grand finals of the Broken Arrow's biggest tournament this Saturday, so you can check that out. Um, and yeah, he basically said there will be no uh, officially organized tournaments until there is a replay mode. There will be no replay mode or spectator mode. It seemed to be conflated, the two. There will be none of that until everything is on the server side. So currently the game is client side, which is why there are so many hackers, because your computer can say, I should have 10 times damage, and the game server's just like, okay, bro, you have 10 times damage, and that's obviously ridiculous. So now more of the calculations are being moved to the server side, and they said once the server side is finished, they will add uh, the replays, and then there will be tournaments. So that's, I mean, they didn't give a time frame, but that's like minimum 6 months. They're rewriting the whole multiplayer architecture of the game. And so far, that none of that has happened. So how long is that going to take, right? The next thing was they said that there was going to be a public test branch, which will come out after the DLC. So the DLC is going to come out like late February, but they were asked for a specific release date, and they said we don't know. But previously to this, they have said late February, and then they said after that there will be a public test branch. Now the public test branch, interestingly enough, will not have any elo. It won't have any elo on it. So that means that if you're an above average player, you can go on the public test branch and just beat up all the noobs. So if that's something you're interested in, you'd want to grab that when it's hot. I'll probably play a few rounds on that when it happens, but that'll be after the DLC. And you can see the B-roll in the background. There's going to be a streamer safe mode where you can mute the chat because that doesn't exist. And one of the biggest Wano streamers quit because somebody put a hit out on him. He was organizing that tournament that I'm casting this Saturday, and he was forced to ban somebody because they were drawing swastikas on the map, right? And then they said, I'm putting out a bounty on you to get people to post swastikas in your Twitch chat, and then you do get banned off Twitch if that happens. Um, and so he just said, I quit until they fix it. So these guys have said, okay, we're doing that. There was a thing where this guy on the left, it was in the section where they were big on the screen after they stopped playing the B-roll. Um, he said, do not post videos of exploits and stuff. Um, and then the guy on the right said, you should post videos of exploits. I'm not making this up. This is more or less exactly what they said. I mean, I'm paraphrasing.
Guys, if you encounter any bugs or you get aware of any exploit in the game, please don't don't take advantage of them. Report them as soon as possible. Report them to our customer support, and they
Oh
will get
man.
fixed as soon as possible.
No, it's a good thing that people report them, make video about them.
But he was like, don't post videos of exploits, it makes more people use the exploits. And then this guy said, we don't, sometimes you guys report things and we don't even know about it. So yeah, do feel free to make videos about the exploits. So that was a bit weird. It felt like a little bit like a personal attack, like they were sort of watching me, watching me watch them. And yeah, they just said we're gonna nerf the Americans. They said that because he said the American win rate is 53%, and the Baltic Battalion DLC will probably make it higher. And so that we need to take that into consideration when talking about the balance. So presumably they're gonna nerf the US somehow, or buff the Russians, right? Probably a bit of both. And yeah, that was it. So this is the B-roll. I mean, we've almost got to the end of that now. It is just replaying itself. There's the behind with the ribbon on it, and that was it. And it somehow it took them an hour to say that. So yeah, save your time. Just watch this. Don't watch that. I mean, it's on my channel if you're sort of, severely cognitively impaired and you really want to watch it. But anyway, have a lovely day.